Doesn't matter if you were naughty or nice, you can either buy it for yourself or put it on your Christmas list. If your New Year's resolution is going to be to start a YouTube channel, I've got some recommendations for you on gear. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Hi, if we haven't met, I am Shelly. One of the things I do on this channel is YouTube Explained Simply. That extends into the technology that you will need to do YouTube. So today we are going to come at you with a Christmas gift guide, and this is a great time of year for it because this is something that you can sneak into a lot of Christmas lists, and it will help you get the new year started off right if your New Year's resolution is to create a YouTube channel, which you've been postponing for a few years now, right? Am I right? Comment below that I'm right. All right, so we're just gonna dive in. There's no particular order, and let's just go ahead and grab some gear. So first of all, you don't need to have a fancy camera. We say this all the time. You can use a cell phone. People always forget you can use a cell phone to do YouTube. Absolutely. So there's a few things that I would recommend to go along with a cell phone if this is what you're going to use for your YouTube journey. Totally fine to do it. I would prefer it if you are taking videos. Please don't use the video that's the selfie one because it's usually a lower resolution than the one that's on the front. So you want to make sure that when you're shooting video, whether it's horizontal or vertical, and if you want more information about vertical video, I have a second YouTube channel that's talking all about the power of vertical video. I would love for you to join it because I'm super excited about creating content over there about how you can be using vertical for all of your business needs and all of that good stuff. So if you're interested in that, go check that out. I will make sure I link it up in the cards and down in the description. So make sure that when you are shooting your phone, you're going to want to keep it steady. And I know that some people, you want to shoot the selfie one because you can see yourself. I get it, but most of the time you're going to be looking at the screen and not actually where the camera lens is, so it's probably not going to look that great anyway, and it's going to be lower quality. Go ahead and just make sure you flip that around. Ooh, Inception, right? I like this. I'm going to take a photo. Got distracted. If you're someone who is using your phone to do your YouTube videos, there's so many cool gadgets and add-ons that you can do to make this look even more amazing. So one of the easiest things you can do, you can get like the little remote, so you can press it to start or stop, recording or to take photos, which is super helpful, absolutely, when you're shooting by yourself. If your phone is stacked up on a bookcase or something like that, and you still feel the need to be able to see yourself and you aren't using that selfie facing screen, you can always place a mirror behind the camera itself. That way you can kind of catch that reflection of the screen. You can make sure you're recording still and you catch it in the reflection of the glass there. Okay, so some things that you can do for your phone to make it better. One, you can add like a little bit of a tripod. This is really great for, for vlogging as well. This little Pixi Manfrotto handheld is really great because it fits the indent of your fingers, and it's going to be able to, with this articulating ball head, if you need to get a specific angle, you can certainly do so. One thing I'm not crazy about is I wish that it lets you take it all the way to a vertical position. It doesn't. It does stop just short of it, but it's still a really handy tool to have. This fits easily in a purse or a backpack, so that's one of the reasons I really like it. This particular one is from Shure, and the reason that I like this one, it comes part of the kit. This is the Shure MV88 Plus, and they had a previous version, which is the MV88, which is just the lightning. Here, I'll open this up. The previous version of this microphone, it just had a plug-in for lightning adapter at the bottom, so you took your phone and you plugged it in just at the bottom like that. So here's one of the problems. One of the problems with this mic, though, is if you have a case on, a lot of the time, unless it's an open one at the bottom, it can be difficult to keep this in. So I didn't really love that about the old version, but I did love how portable it was and how easy it was to transport. So one nice thing about the new version is that it does have a cold shoe mount, so you can put that into any of the little phone attachments that you can purchase that have that. They have it as well in the mount that comes with, but the only thing is this does not actually allow for vertical video, only horizontal. So that's kind of one downside that I don't like about the one that came included. So I do prefer one like this that has the swiveling action already embedded, so you can have it in horizontal or vertical mode, just like that. Another thing that you can do to make your camera on your iPhone a little bit better is you can buy these additional clip-on lenses. This one was from Olloclip, and so this particular one is for a wide angle shot, and the reason why you might want this one is going to be if you were shooting in a kind of selfie mode style like this, but you were shooting an interview with someone else and both of you were in the frame, you would want to capture both of you in it and still have the camera be close enough to pick up the microphone, especially if you don't have an external microphone that you're hooking up to it. So it can be difficult with a regular iPhone to get the width of the shot that you would need. So having something like this with the Olloclip will make it so that you can have a wider range, but it's still closer to you. So I do happen to love this particular attachment from Olloclip, and I even did a video on this, an unboxing, and I will link that up in the card so you can take a peek at it if you think that might be a good solution for you. So one of the most important things when it comes to shooting, doesn't matter if it's on a phone or anything like that, is going to be your lighting. Lighting can just make or break an entire video sometimes. So sometimes you can just use natural daylight. You can use a bunch of softboxes and ring lights like I've got going on. One great thing, especially if you are a mobile creator like this and you are just, getting started, this is a great accessory that you can pair up. So this is a USB powered, let me grab the cable here. So this is a USB powered little mini ring light. This is only about 10 inches or so. And it does have like a little attachment here so you can hold your phone, which is great. And this is a little tripod, Amazon Basics that I got. I can link it down. Everything that I'm talking about is gonna be linked in the description. So don't worry if you miss anything or wanna get anything, it's all gonna be down there. So the great thing about this guy is that it comes with a remote. Let me show you. Okay, be forewarned, we're gonna blind you. The nice thing is it comes with a remote, so you can turn this guy on, and then it has 3 different colors, so you can go yellow, blue, and you can also then increase the brightness of it. So this can be really, really great, and you can do all of this with the remote that has on it. Now this has a USB attachment, and the really cool thing about this is you could travel or just move this around. You can run this off of your computer USB. You can have one of the external battery packs. So that could be if you're on site somewhere and if you just want to set up really quickly to take a video or photo, you're live streaming, Instagram, whatever, and you just need a little bit more light on your face, this is a really good way to do it. And this guy is probably it's under $30. So that one was a really great bargain, and it's super lightweight and easy to travel with. Same with that little tripod. Totally would recommend. One other type of thing that you can do, I think this is kind of a convenient travel thing. I saw a lot of this when I was in Korea and other places when I've been traveling, is basically your own little stand for, it's another tripod, just like this. This one comes with a remote so that you can shoot yourself. You know what I mean. So you can take photos by yourself when you're out. And the nice thing about this particular one, it does have the phone attachment and it can go horizontal or vertical, which is great. This one is nice because it will extend up to about 55 inches or something like that. So it was one of the taller ones that I could see that seemed to be pretty sturdy as well. So I don't want to, risk my very expensive phone on a super cheap tripod. So I got one that I thought was a little bit better than some of the others that I saw. So I think this is actually a really cool thing. You can have this by yourself. You can set this up on a little table in front of you. You can hook that little ring light up to it as well. You have a whole system that's ready to go whenever you are. So if you had all of this, with or without the little Olloclip on it, and then, with or without the additional mic, you have an entire YouTube studio set up anywhere on the go that you want. So I think those are really great. So we're gonna move on to a new item, and this is the SwitchPod. It was invented by 2 guys, Pat Flynn and Caleb. And the cool thing about this is it's super lightweight but durable, and it has these legs that have a magnetic closure, but basically you can kind of swing these legs out, so you go from vlogging to set down on a tabletop or something like that if you want to do talking and into the camera. So it's really nice. It's kind of a replacement for some of those huge tripods that have the bendy arms. For some people who aren't trying to wrap something around a tree and get those shots, this can be a really great thing because it's super durable, it's super lightweight and compact and easy to travel with. So I like this a lot. A couple things that I added to it was, first of all, this little mount here, and this made it so that I could have this little attachable ball mount on it. And the nice thing about this is so that you can swivel your camera, and sometimes you just need, that little bit of tilt downwards or upwards or whatever it is to get the particular shot that you want. So I added this guy. This was about $10 for this add-on. All right, so now for what's sitting on top of all of this. This particular camera, I'm not saying you have to get this specific one, but I will link this one down below. One of the reasons why I like it, this is the Panasonic, and it does shoot in 4K. It has a tremendous amount of zoom, which I really, really like. Optical, not digital zoom. It has the flip-up screen, so it's really great for if you are, shooting and you want to make sure that you're in the frame. It does have some built-in scene modes. It does have the ability to, do some editing inside of the camera, and it does have Wi-Fi, so once you're done taking the photos, if you want to, you can hook this up to your cell phone or something and transfer the photos. It also comes with an app that you can put on your smartphone so that you can do remote shooting, which I've done before, and so that's great. Some of the cons of this one though, it doesn't do great in low lighting, it doesn't have a separate audio jack, but it's also reflected in the price. So this particular one is a lot less than something like in the Sony RX family. Canon makes a very similar style to this, which is the Canon G7X series. And so these are really great, you know, great for vloggers. Like I said, there's still some pros and cons with each type of equipment, but this is just another style that you can do. This is more of a point and shoot here type of option. All right, so stepping up, the next type of camera that you could do is something more like this guy. So this was kind of the standard for a lot of the beauty people for a long time. This is the Canon 70D. So this one does have a flip out screen. It does, one of the things I like about Canons a lot is that it comes with the EOS utility program where you can use your computer as a monitor. So you can make adjustments to things on like white balance or colors and have it take hold on the camera, which is great. You can even transfer your images via the USB cable after. So the 70D was very popular with beauty bloggers, especially because of the fact that it has a really great autofocus on this guy. And I have to say that most of the time I would not recommend that you get like the kits, because a lot of the time you can just buy the camera body, it's cheaper, and most likely you're gonna end up upgrading your lens anyway. You know, if you're just getting started and you wanna get the kit so you have a camera lens, that's totally fine, but know that you probably will end up getting a different lens in the future and upgrading. So I happen to like Sigma lenses a lot, so the one that's my favorite that I'm shooting on right now is the 18-35, so it has a little bit of zoom on it. It is really heavy, it's really large, so you do need to have a very sturdy tripod to work with that one. It's gonna be a lot longer than something like this, which is the Sigma 30mm. If you guys want a more in-depth video about lenses, I had talked about it once on a live stream, but we can totally make a video. But you'd have to let me know that you want that one by commenting below. Okay, just a couple of other quick recommendations real quick, and I will link the softboxes and the ring lights that I use, just because I'm not gonna be able to show them to you right now because I'm using them, but I can definitely link the ones that I use, so if you're interested in those, you can totally get them. This is probably the last thing I'm going to talk about right now. So this is another one of my favorite mics. Actually, we could talk about two of them. So this is going to be the blue Yeti, which is used by a lot of people, like podcasters. It's nice because it has a few different audio patterns. It's USB. It's really easy to use. It's going to come in somewhere... It's usually going to come in somewhere around $129, but this mic I actually think is a little bit better. This is the Shure MV51, so it's a large condenser mic. It has some different audio presets here at the very front. It's all touchscreen. It has the headphone jack for audio monitoring out. It has a quick button for muting, which is really, really great. One of the coolest things about this one though, besides its cool retro vibe and look, right, is the fact that the micro USB cable here, you can actually use cables, one that will have like the lightning adapter on the other end, so you could use this with your cell phone, which is amazing. It also comes with the cable so that you have the USB, just a standard USB, so you can use it for voiceover work or for live streaming or anything like that with your computer. And then it also has the versatility. There's a cable that looks exactly like this that will go from the micro USB to a USB-C. So if you have an Android phone, you could even use this mic on that. Now, I don't recommend, because usually what it has is a little like gray nubby that goes on the bottom of this, and I don't like how low it is, so I bought an additional microphone stand off Amazon. This one was about $8, $10 maybe, and I will link it below as well. So I think this is a really, really great mic option. And I would say for a little bit more than the Blue Yeti, I think this one has a lot more possibilities, and it's really easy to travel with this one as well, which you totally can. Okay, now if all of that was completely overwhelming to you and you're just like, I need something super simple and I just don't even know what I need, one of the things I would recommend, especially if you're gonna just be shooting in one singular place and you're gonna be pretty well lit, or you're gonna, you know, invest in some lights, something that you can do to, and you don't wanna use your cell phone, you can use something like this. And this is just a webcam. And this is the Logitech C922. It still is going to be HD, so 1080p, which is great. And something like this is going to give you great quality for a pretty cheap price. And I would say the biggest thing that you need to keep in mind when it comes to something like this is going to be lighting. If you have adequate lighting, you can make this look really good still. It's going to be more limited, and it's not able to zoom as well or do stuff like that, so you are going to have to be able to physically move it a lot of the time, but you can get different tripod mounts or something like that to make make it easier for you to put it where you need. And I think this is also a great second camera. So if you're someone who's doing a lot of overhead shots, if you're doing makeup declutter or artwork or anything like that, this could be a really great one to mount in an upward and downward position so that you could have a second angle while you're still shooting your main videos. This is a really great option as a second camera or even as your main camera. You're probably gonna make sure you have an external mic, so like the Yeti or that Shure mic, and you're gonna wanna make sure that you have adequate lighting. So that's the biggest tips I have for making your webcam look really, really great. Okay, so I hope that was helpful for you. Like I said, I will put links for everything down in the description box if you want to check out any of my recommendations. So you'll have to let me know if any of these items make it onto your Christmas wish list. I just want to take a second and say I hope that each and every one of you has the most magical Christmas this year. I can't wait to spend time with you in the new year. If you like it here, make sure you like this video and hit subscribe. Ring that bell too so you're notified of when I put out new videos. I will see you all in a video very soon. Bye guys.